expectations that Nippon Sangoku has set for me in like just its first 2 episodes, I would say, is already at such where I'm like, it is a disappointment if this is anything but anime of the year at this point.
It's interesting because this show has a very sarcastic kind of tone to it, it feels like.
You know what I thought about it in this episode?
It
kind of reminds me of Tarantino.
Yeah, I can see that a little
bit. When
they
decapitate the guy in his bed and like his head flies and rolls and then kisses the boot. I'm like, that's a very Tarantino thing. Like, I feel like that's something he would do.
I was thinking like tonally in terms of like the way characters react in a very exaggerated way and very heavily reliant on like internal monologues of characters kind of like explaining what just happened. Kind of reminds me of JoJo, but in a darker, sardonic kind of way. It's got a lot of like really like heavy emphasized shots too, like the way episode 3 ends, and it's just a pan down to the one general with the eye patch's face, and it's like hyper detailed and stuff. The show has a really crazy like sense of style to it. It's very striking. Even when there's like weird shit, like in the latest episode where like the one guy is like squirting water at the camera, and it's like obviously like weird CG water, but at the same time it's also getting on like the camera, like the lens essentially. I'm like, this is very strange visually, and I kind of love it.
It's great. I appreciate Romance of the Three Kingdoms. I really like the movies. It's combining that with like the Tale of the Heike stuff.
Yes.
I like
the strategizing and stuff, and especially in like the latest episode where one of the characters remarks like, this will be something for like historians to decide in the future. It made me realize like, this is also kind of like Legend of Galactic Heroes a bit as well.
In a way, especially like the perspective on history, I should say, is
and the main character is also very young coded. He is kind of like he's a librarian. He's kind of like a history buff for the world before the nuclear apocalypse.
He just wants to go home and drink.
Just wants to go home and farm.
he just wanted to farm with his trad wife, all right?
He wanted to farm with
They fucking murdered her.
Just like
they wanted to plow the fields and then plow his wife. I appreciate Romance of the Three Kingdoms and like the Tale of Heike. I'm not invested in them. I am invested in like Kong Ming. I do like Kong Ming as a character and like the stuff that he does in Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
Yes.
But outside of that, I'm not super invested. I appreciate it, but I'm not invested. This is investing me in like pretty much everything while also having that same sort of appeal that I do appreciate about Romance of the Three Kingdoms. The fucking irreverence and like how they reference like the Minion fucking like amusement park ride as like a historical event.
And mixing that with like, weird brutality, but then also very, very likable characters as well. Like the general guy who's just like, he goes up and murders all of these people. But then it's also like, if you surrender to me, I can guarantee you land or whatever. And then he gives a thumbs up when they do.
He's doing the peace sign.
The main villain doing the peace sign, which I then realized is like, oh, is he doing that because he is old enough to remember the old world, and I could see him being like an otaku in the old world who then lucked his way into power in this one, and that's why he's kind of,
in that picture when he was younger, he kind of looked like he could have been an otaku.
Yeah, I think an interesting bit. Yeah, the main villain of this is just delightfully evil.
Well, like what I really appreciate about it is it's smart, but it's like grounded smart. Like it's not doing the Death Note thing or like the Code Geass thing where like it has to be heightened and they're like doing 4,000 IQ chess moves against each other all the time. I really appreciate how like grounded and like pragmatic he is.
Oh,
We were talking about this where they were like, I was expecting him to do something a bit more like interesting with the making the guy kneel. And I'm like, no, that is exactly what I would want. I actually anticipated it would be a little bit more heightened, but the fact that it was just so no nonsense pragmatism where he just like doesn't even like try to do some mind game shit like overtly where you're like, oh, he's a manipulator. The fact that it's just like he just shows the thing. He's like, this is the plan I've come up with. It's like 134 pages about agriculture and how we can increase tax revenue and make the population happy, blah, blah, blah. And like, he's just reading through it. And then he's just like, look, I don't have the physical capability to force you to kneel or whatever. This is what I got. If you want me to be around, it's your choice. So I'm not going to, like, there's not much I could do. Like, basically makes them do it, like come to him because he is such like an asset, and has done so in a way that seems very believable, where it's not like Kira or Light in Death Note being like, I'm gonna manipulate L. I'm thinking that I need to be on the task force, or like
that's what everyone
else
else thinks he is doing.
Yeah, like, but that's what people were saying. Like, I was expecting it to be more like that. I anticipate at some point there's going to be like a Red Cliffs event in this.
Yeah, they are setting up like a major conflict in the future.
And when they do that, it's going to be so much more like exciting than if they like try to do this fucking 4,000 IQ Keikaku shit all the time. That was what I really liked about like Kong Ming in the second movie of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms trilogy. So much of it is just like him kind of just debate broing people, but not in like an obnoxious way. It's just kind of like subtle, like, yes, yeah, I agree. We can end this war without having to draw a single blade. If we just, all he wants is this one lady.
Yoyu is like, what do you mean? He's like, oh yeah, well, like Salsao's son wrote this poem and stuff. He starts like quoting off the poem, and we watched this as part of the in the live action TV show on Friday. Yoyu, you can just see the actor playing Yoyu. You just see Yoyu sitting there, just like seething as Kong Ming is reciting this poem. And then there's a third character in the scene, Lu Su. You can just see like Lu Su being like, stop talking, Kong Ming, stop talking, that's his wife. Kong Ming, stop talking, that's his wife. And it's like, that's the thing, he knows that's his wife. Yeah.
Like, he's saying this because he's riling him up, because he's like, oh yeah, I agree with you, we should just do what you say and give up, and we just need to do this, and then everyone would go their way.
Kong Ming's like, I had no idea.
He's such an asshole. It's great. Like, the way that Kong Ming is like quickly becoming a favorite character of mine just because he is so fucking like funny. This character, I forget his name, Misumi?
Altero Misumi. Yeah.
He's basically supposed to be like the stand-in in this for Kong Ming. This is just based on Romance of the Three Kingdoms. A lot of the stuff he's doing is just stuff that Kong Ming did in that.
Yeah, like very explicitly.
Being in line with him at this point is a good sign for me, where I'm like, you got the humor and the reverence, you have the sardonic kind of like worldview, you have all this shit going on. You have the references to like Romance of the Three Kingdoms and the Tale of the Heike.
And the Minions ride.
Like, you have all this stuff. I am on board
on
to
top
watch
of it looking phenomenal. Also, the soundtrack is great.
Everything about this show, I'm just like, this is just made for me. Like, if we come back and this is not my anime of the season, something might have went horribly wrong.